Entertainment Industry News, Audio Edition, for November 27, 2019. Brought to you by tvwriter.com. Links to the articles may be found in the transcript at tvwriter.com. Why should you as a visitor to TV Writer be interested in making audio fiction? Why should you be interested in making podcasts? Discoverability, that's why. The meaning of the word podcast is evolving to include any episodic, audio-only production, whether non-fiction or fiction. Agents and major studios have started trawling through podcasts and their creators for new content and talent. So here's the latest news to help you and your podcast get discovered. I told you so. True crime lovers need to have Chloe Grace Moretz's new podcast on their radar. Because it's not a true crime podcast. Gaslight, a new audio fiction podcast from Q Code, the producers of Blackout, starring Rami Malek, and Carrier, featuring Cynthia Erivo, takes the true crime format into the fictional realm. Miles Uris Payrafit of Dreamland wrote and directed the podcast, which debuted on November 18th. PopSugar.com. I Told You So, Part 2. Music and Podcast Network, Spotify, made the cover of The Hollywood Reporter. Spotify has a new 154,000 square foot campus under construction in Los Angeles containing 17 recording studios, a mixing suite, green rooms, and a live event space. They have over 500 employees dedicated to podcasts, have set up 30 original podcasts this year in addition to the other 500,000 they host, and have over 250 million monthly users across the globe. They say that from July through September this year podcast streaming time increased 39%. They're jumping into the podcast pool with both feet. How about you? HollywoodReporter.com. Resources, Part 1. Introducing Anchor Trailers, the easiest way to promote your podcast. Anchor, the free podcast hosting service, a division of Spotify, has introduced a way to auto-magically produce a video trailer for your podcast. Simply press a button on the iOS or Android app, and it will guide you through the process. Looks like fun. Medium.com/anchor. Resources, Part 2. Podcast Movement Evolutions. Podcast Movement will hold the first Evolutions event in Los Angeles on February the 12th to the 15th, 2020. Evolutions concentrates on innovations in technology and trends in the podcasting arena. There are 3 tracks: Industry Professional, Professional Podcaster, and New and Hobbyist. Admission starts at $99 for a creator pass. Podcastmovement.com/events. Resources, Part 3. 8 mistakes to avoid when you launch. If you are working on a podcast, and if not, why not, you will have to launch it sooner or later. This quick read gives you an idea of how to plan it and what mistakes to avoid. PodcastBusinessJournal.com. Monetize it. Speaking of launches, Patreon is one of the most popular platforms for podcasters to make money, though it can be confusing for the first-timer. Now Patreon has produced a guide to best practices in setting up your page. The PDF document also links to other useful resources such as a tier template. Download the guide here. Patreon.com. We need more listeners. Podcast promotion lessons from a breakfast diner. Many podcasters are obsessed with promotion outputs rather than outcomes. This article explains that doing all the right things on social media and not seeing any increase in downloads doesn't mean that you are doing things wrong. You just need to change your focus. PodcastBusinessJournal.com. If you wanna write, you gotta listen. Copperheart is a post-apocalyptic audio fiction podcast with a difference. It's more of a mystery and less of a paean to preppers. Why did all of the people in the Area 51 reconstruction bunker in Groom Lake, Nevada, just vanish? The series began in March and has released a new episode each week since. Created, written, produced and just about every other damn thing, including acting by Michael J. Rigg. Worth a listen. rigstories.com/copperheart. So, until next week, same pod time, same pod channel, keep listening and keep creating. Links to the articles are available in the transcript at tvwriter.com. Compiled by Robert W. Tinsley. Music provided by Incompetech, The Builder by Kevin MacLeod, Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International. Link available in the transcript.